plane. I don't want to blab on too much, so I'm just gonna get straight to the tips. Oh my god. It's so hard. What's going on? Okay. I think I just heard the neighbor fart. Hello everybody, how are you? Welcome back to my channel. I hope you can hear me. I am in a different setting today. I'm in the room, and I really hope you can hear me because you're probably listening to that bird right now, so I hope it's not too disturbing. But I thought this would be a nice place, besides I got a little nice light going on. So yeah, I'm basically making this video because I think it would help people who are either traveling to Spain or moving here or even already live here. And it's just a few things that I wish I knew before, but now I know, and just a couple of simple tips that could make your life a little easier here. These tips are based on my personal experience here and what I think could help, and you're free to leave tips down below so I know them as well and we can share to the world. I don't want to blab on too much, so I'm just gonna get straight to these tips. I don't want to blab on too much, so I'm just gonna get straight to the tips. Oh my god. It's so hard. I do not want to blab on too much, so I'm gonna get straight to the tips. Yes, came out right. My first tip is basically to be reasonable when answering why you're a vegetarian or a vegan. With this I mean that I know that first of all, why should you be like, I know you're frustrated already from answering why you don't eat animals all the time, because you get that question quite often, or that happens to me, and you just want to, you know, spill out all the information and let them know everything that you know because you actually feel passionate about it, and you know, just inform them, which is I think a good thing because people need to be informed. But you know what, I've learned with my experience that people, unless they ask you specifically like more questions, they really don't want to know that much, and they just, you know, say, okay, stop it, like enough, why are you always like this, why are you sharing all this information, I just asked you like personally, why are you a vegetarian? So I think you should, you know, unless they're really interested in it, just, I don't know, actually say what you believe, like I just don't want to hurt animals, or it's not healthy, or it's not good for the environment, and I don't agree with that, and that's it. You know, just simple facts that you don't have to get into a deep conversation unless they really want to, like learn about it. With this, I don't mean like don't inform people. Of course you can inform people and you should. It's just that don't drown people with information if they... Ugh, my cat just ran in here with a butterfly. Let me go save it. Okay, I'm back. Basically, my cat just ran in here with a butterfly in her mouth, and I just chased her so I could free the poor thing, which I did, but her wing wasn't working that well, so I hope she's okay. Basically, the point that I want to get across and what I was saying is that I know you really want to, like I personally want to as well, just give everybody the information that I know so they're aware of what they're doing with, you know, having meat and all that, and why I don't want to do it, why don't I support that. And I think, as I said, that's good if they really want to know, but I find that people really just, they either don't listen or they just want to create a whole scene if you start telling them the actual reasons and you go like really in depth, just the main things that they really can't argue back. It's just like, I don't like animals getting hurt and I just can't support that. That's it, like, you know, something quick, easy, their brain can digest it, and that's basically it. That's the first point, that's the first tip. This is a tip for like people in Spain, because what I know is that there's still a lot of misinformation. So I know it sounds like, well, if there's a lot of misinformation, that means that my notebook is now up here. That means that I should give them all the information that I know. That's what you would think, but no, what I've come across is no, just get the main points out. And then most people actually do start asking, not most people, but many people do start asking you like, but then what happens and how does this work and all that, and then you can give them all the information and they can spread it around, or just at least think about it, you know. But with this misinformation, they they'll say, oh, vegans and vegetarians are so annoying giving out all this information that nobody really asked. Like, I just asked them, like, why. And, you know, when you ask why, you should, like, yeah, well, I'm telling you why. I know it's a long answer, but I'm telling you why. And they don't really want to hear it. Just, you know, keep it short, simple, and that's it. Just go on with your life. Another important tip, which is gonna actually sound pretty ridiculous, is explain exactly what you don't eat when you go out. Because it's happened to me. I've said it in other videos that I've ordered, you know, I've said, I'm a vegetarian, can you please just bring me a salad, for example, because that's all they had. Not because I was craving a salad, but whatever. That's not the point right now. And they're like, oh, okay. And they brought it, and there's tuna. And this can happen that they can bring it with an egg or whatever. So, or bacon, yeah. It, like, as I said before, people are still quite misinformed. So if you say vegetarians, they might think, I don't know, maybe they don't eat red meat, or that you drink pee. This, I've said it again in another video, and that's because it happened to my boyfriend. He's like, no, I don't eat this because I'm a vegetarian. And the other guy, he's like, oh, are those the people who drink pee? You gotta laugh about it. I mean, you at least gotta laugh. Just be sure to let the waiter know. If you think they might not know, just say, oh, please, no animals. That's a better thing. No fish. Even if you say animals, they might bring something with fish. I know it sounds ridiculous, but yes, it's a possibility. Or the crab sticks. I don't know why people don't really think about animals. Oh, fish, okay. You can eat fish, right? It's like, no. Basically, just explain what it is. Not only say you're a vegetarian, just explain that I don't eat any animals. So, yeah, that's basically it. I know it sounds ridiculous, but it's pretty useful if you say it. You know, it avoids having to give back the plate. Oh my god, my dark circles. The third tip I want to give out is don't be afraid to ask for vegan options or vegetarian options. If you go out to a restaurant and you actually see that they have nothing on the menu, let them know, just to ask, because, you know, two things could happen. Actually, three things could happen. One, they could say, no, we have nothing and we're not going to do anything for you. And you're like, fine, you're okay, I could be a client, but now you're gonna miss out on this opportunity to make more money, so okay, bye. Number two is that they can say, no, but I could make you something, even if it is just a salad, but whatever. Or three, they could end up adding things to the menu. You know, there's actually people demanding this, so we might as well just add it to the menu, not because they care, but because, you know, it's money for them, and that's how it works. I mean, we gotta be honest about that. It's not because then, that was my foot. It's not because suddenly they say, oh, okay, let's go vegan. No, it's just because it's money for them. So more and more places now are starting to have vegan options just because people are starting to demand it more. So I always think, even if you know the answer that they're gonna say, no, we have no vegan options, I mean, you just read the menu and you didn't see them, so why are you asking? I still think it's better to ask, you know, insist. Because then one day they might have. I heard the story here that this guy wrote to a supermarket and he's like, hey, why don't you have any vegan, like, food other than fruits and vegetables? I mean, like, the prepared food. Why don't you have any vegan options? And the supermarket's like, oh, tell us what vegan options you've seen in other supermarkets and we can add them. He told them, and the next week they had vegan things. So, you know, just insist. Be annoying. Be a little annoying, just a little. My hair looks so much darker than what it is. Next tip is for if you're going out on a trip to a village or small town or something, take some food with you because you can't always guarantee that there's going to be something for you. You can go to the restaurant and ask. It's always good to ask, I told you that. But it's possible, if it's a small little village, that they won't have anything and they will look at you weird. So just have food unless you want to starve. Another tip that I want to give you actually could apply to any place in the world, but, well, most of these tips can apply to any place in the world, but whatever, is to don't get into silly arguments. Like, if somebody starts arguing with you why people shouldn't be vegan or vegetarian, and you can tell that the level of information they have about the subject is like down here and what you have is like up here from everything that you've learned, well, there really isn't any point in debating, because what are you going to debate with somebody who has such little information? It makes no sense. It's like talking to a wall, or somebody who's not open-minded, who their answer is always going to be no, but you need it, or but it's so good, but who cares about animals or the environment, whatever. People are entitled to their own opinion, so there's no point in getting into an argument with somebody who doesn't want to learn, or who doesn't, you know, or even with somebody who has like the whole information about it, but they still say that, because actually there's people who really don't care about suffering animals or the environment or health, whatever. Really, there's a lot of people who don't care. So what's the point in debating with them as well? They just don't want to, and that's it. I mean, I know it's annoying or hurtful, or you don't understand that person, but there really isn't anything you can do about it. Like, if they have all the information, it just makes no sense to continue the debate. That's what I think. Another tip that I want to give out is to actually be positive. Like, I know that, like, really, I know that the message we try to tell people is already positive, because what is more positive than not wanting to hurt anybody or the environment, or try to be as healthy as you can? But I still think that you can, for example, what my boyfriend does, he posts a lot of recipes on his Instagram. He tries to lean towards the, you know, positivity of being a vegetarian. Like, well, I'm still eating this great food and this is amazing and you can make it, it's quite simple. So his Instagram is all food, and most people are like, oh, this actually looks really good, and you know, people like it. It's like, you know, it gets you closer to people. It's more positive than maybe just insulting everybody who is a vegetarian, which I don't think is appropriate either. I just don't think that being negative towards people is really gonna help. I think it's better to be positive. Actually, I learned a lot about being a vegetarian through positive people, and who showed me that it, you know, there's a lot of food, it's possible, and once, you know, you get a little interested, because, you know, it's like, oh, okay, this looks good and stuff, then you're gonna start learning about all the negative stuff that then you learn, and you're like, okay, definitely gonna stop eating animals. And yeah, I just think it's better, you know, to show the positive things, and then people by themselves are gonna start getting interested, and they're gonna read more about it, and they're gonna see that it's how negative it is. So yeah, I think a positive approach is just better. Another point, it's a little tip, is a little related to the previous one, is to not be aggressive towards people. Yeah, don't be aggressive towards people. I mean, don't be aggressive towards people you're talking to who aren't vegetarian or vegan. And as I said, I don't think negativity is positive. Wow. That was really smart of me. I don't think negativity is positive, okay? I don't think it works that well. I think not being aggressive to people, there's no need to be aggressive to people. Even if they're aggressive towards you, it just gives them, if you're negative back or aggressive back to them, it just gives them a reason to say, see, you vegans are all aggressive, which is ridiculous, but you know, people like to generalize. I don't know why. We all do it. We have to, you know, we have to understand that we all do it, and people are so misinformed here that if you're aggressive towards them, they're just gonna be repeating what they've heard from other people. Oh, you're so aggressive. So, you know, just smile and nod, and then go home and, you know, curse them. I'm kidding. I'm just joking. Hi, sweetie. Did you kill anything lately? Thanks for stepping on me. Okay guys, that's basically all that I wanted to say for this video. I know that I'm probably missing out on like 1,000 tips. Let me know down below if you want to know something specifically. And most of these tips anyways are you can apply them to most countries in the world. Just the main thing with Spain, I would say, like, people, what I said before, the main issue is that people are very misinformed still, although little by little they're starting to learn a bit more. It also depends on generation, you know, like if you talk to older people, they know less. I mean, that's normal. I understand that completely. As I said, with a positive approach, I think you get a lot further with that than if you're being negative and aggressive. Again, don't be afraid to ask for vegan things. I think that gets us pretty far. I mean, a lot of places in Spain are starting to add, like, you know, just normal restaurants are starting to add vegan options because people keep asking. So just ask. That's a good thing here. And yeah, if you want to know something, just let me know. I'll probably make more videos with tips when I think about them. Thank you for watching. I hope this video was useful somehow. And yeah, thumbs up if you like it and subscribe if you haven't. Bye guys!